Greetings everyone, please give a moment to make sure everything's set on up. Let's see, Rumble is going. YouTube should be booting on up. YouTube's boot on up. Twitch, you are going right. Twitter, are you going? We'll say that's good. You know what I haven't done is actually double check the restream chats. This is my first time actually casting Advance Wars by Web on actually live streams, so probably need to adjust some stream chats. That should be fine enough default size. Yep, I think that's all good to go. Let me double check my other computer, make sure the live stream's going over there. That's all good. Oh yeah, I need to actually activate chat windows. Get that going good. Of course, Rumble 1 I have to manually, doesn't it? Rumble does not have an open API at the moment. So you have to use little programs there that just basically scans all the active chats. There we go. And I think everything is good to go. So let's actually get started. Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Advance Wars by Web replay. So on top, left side, right side, this axis, I don't know how to describe it. As the Orange Star Drake, we got Zildjian. Spawn as the Cobalt Blue Lash, we got Valerium. Oh, something I remember as well. Of course, my first cast for each day. I always forget to turn on my macros so I can move around the turns day by day. Did they update this? Why did they update this? Why? I hate when programs update for functionality it didn't need. Nope, either way, let's go ahead and take a look at the map. We do have, looks like 3 bases, 4 base map per side. There's of course 2 here, 2 here. Actually no, it's 3 bases. No, it is 4 bases. Oh, this map is already giving me a headache. Because it is a 4 base map where you spawn in 3 different locations. This is probably the weak base. Gotta probably be a bit defensive there. Good number of mountains in this region for defense, which Lash could make use of her side with that quite successfully. It looks appear to be 2 comm towers, no, 4 comm towers in the map, in which this could be claimed by here, but could easily be forfeited. 2 bases, 1 base, airport. This is definitely the weak side. The middle side, if that makes any sense, is definitely the weak side. And yep, also both players do start with an airport. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, got initial capturing game, infantry. So it's nothing much to cover here at the moment with the initial capturing game. It's best to go for your base immediately. Looks like Drake is heading towards the comm tower here, and Lash is countering the same. May hear my drink open up, my apologies. There's also a good amount of shores here, and shores are 100% traversable by recon, so it should be easy to move around here. And now we do have a Lash tank deployed on the field. Multiple infantry units capturing some various sectors or various cities. I keep on getting all my terms mixed up on all the games I cast. After all, Company Heroes, sectors make sense. A lot of other, like, well, full-time real-time strategy games rather than just turn-based strategy games do use sector-based capturing locations rather than specific points, which could be the best translation for this. Either way, Lash does have now a pair of tanks here. She may be going to be hyper-aggressive towards here. She's been a little bit more passive there. There's only a single base there. She's trying to pull out infantry for capturing. You hear a lot of properties being captured. A lot of hoorays. I was trying to say, there's quite a bit of shores here, so wheeled vehicles could have full mobility in the center, so recons could have free reign in the middle. These amount of roads here as well as properties. Lash artillery piece deployed in the field. Got double Drake tank, so he has to deploy a decent amount of units there for defense. Like I said beforehand, there's decent spots for artillery to hide behind these mountains, but it's also open. Decent mountains, but not fully enclosed. After all, there is road and shores here, so one traversable flank to an artillery piece on this 2 stars. Lash has not deployed any tanks there, so Lash deployed out tanks here. Drake is reacting. Lash may interrupt the capture there. There's going to be no interrupt there. He has to fully stop this capture here, which may or may not be worth it. Oh, doesn't interrupt the cap, going straight for the kill. But there's also more tanks here in reserve. This tank can easily hit this tank here. Don't know if that's a good idea. This artillery piece is right here, so it's able to engage this tank on the city, but the tank could simply just peace out and go on back. So I don't think this would be a good engagement there. There's way too much teleportation fire. Sure, she has 1 tank support, but she's still outnumbered. And now that tank's down to 1 health. Drops the capture there. And finishes off the capture there. Oh, wait a second. The HQ is being captured. Lash? You may want to handle that. There is an infantry unit nearby, but I just realized what the HQ placements are. It's actually really exposed now, isn't it? Might as well just cause some undue stress to Lash. So with this realization, Lash's HQ is now under threat. She has to respond to this. If she doesn't, she loses the game instantaneously. We have a comm tower captured up by Blue. Artillery piece push way forward. Gets a good strike on the tank there. These 2 tanks are pretty far away. This one can move to here, so this tank is fine. This tank could fall back to a city or use as a body blocker. Let's see. Yeah, can't reach here, so this tank just simply out of range. Interrupts the capture, but only for 1 turn the current rate. And she has the deployed tank over here. There's traversable shores here, so there's a good opportunity to help flank over in this region. And only a small number of planes here, so recons can still zoom forward. Won't be slowed down by 2 tiles, so it will be effectively the same movement speed as a tank before it can zoom to the shores. As apparently sand doesn't affect wheeled vehicles, though to be fair, when it comes to sandy and dusty terrain, South Africa would be a good reference point, and they do still, their military does compose a large number of wheeled vehicles used in the more firm dirt terrains they have there. I played too much War Thunder to know that stuff. Drake has good amount of infantry here. Multiple tanks. We got a mech here. That's interesting. Oh, it's just trying to threaten this city there. Lash has supported a tank there, which could apply some pressure up this direction. Probably be more of a distraction. Down south, got multiple tanks and a battlecop there, so AT-air would probably be a good idea to spawn out here relatively soon. She could go for her own battlecop in this region. Drake will be relatively exposed to it. But remember as well, Drake battlecopters have 30% less firepower, so they're not super great. They're still okay, but not great. Interrupts the capture there entirely. Takes out that tank very nicely. Takes out that tank very nicely. Let's see, 1 comm tower versus 1 comm tower. How many comm towers do they have at the moment? Lash has 2 comm towers, and Drake has currently 2. That is my best way to count the number of comm towers when I... Oops, I hit spacebar. Best way to count comm towers without actually counting comm towers. interrupts the capture there, interrupts the capture there. Right now, she does have 2 property income advantage. This will be even out by 1, 2. Could be interrupt there. Finish off that 1 unit there. Tank on tank violence. And take out the infantry unit there. Does interrupt the capture there, trying to flip 1. Got a capture there by Lash. So it's a lot of despicably neutral properties. Counterattacks there. First strike there. And a good first strike there. Drake now has his Tsunami, which could be quite nice. 1 global damage is not bad. He could save up for 2. And also drains your opponent's fuel. Cleans up both those infantry units. Very nice. Drake's ground units are perfectly and utterly ordinary, which is perfectly fine. That is the bare minimum, just to be absolutely normal. Lash now has Prime Tactics available, or Terrain Tactics, which is not that great. It's overpriced for its cost. It's really a 2 or 3 star power at the price of 4. Good strike there. Does get a 4 shot there on top of the HQ. Takes some shots on the various infantry units. Drake has 1 medium tank here. With only 1 factory, he needs some firepower to help stabilize the region. But overall, he's more like a loser spot. The Lash's counterpart is not really being threatened. Single tank here. You have a Lash battle or ATR there. Just gotta be careful of this tank. While I move into the up the forest, be a good spot there. Help police the battle copter. Playing a tank here wouldn't be half bad. She has 29,000, so she could vest to a powerful asset to exert some force in the field. Of course, there's also 4 factories on the field, as well as 1 airport. She go for balance. As sure as she can go for unbalance. And Aquabit projection. Battlecopter, hurt and tank. Artillery piece, infantry, and infantry. Great strike there. She's going for a prime tax really soon. Lash trying to interrupt or flip some properties. She should be able to get this one the current rate, or maybe not. Looks like yes. Though, if he wants to interrupt the capture, he has access to Tsunami. Maybe Typhoon at the current rate. Maybe tank on tank violence here. He's trying to flip some properties now. Lash does have this comm tower captured. Good damage there. Trying to flip multiple properties now. Right now, Drake does have 75,000. Right now has 86,000 field with about 9,000 bank. So he effectively has what, 95,000, which is simply put as. Lash right now has 85 on the field with another 32 in the bank. She may have ever so slight to lead. May see her prime tactics now pull on the field. Needs a little more power charge though. She does flip a property here. She's at 29,000 versus 22. Significant advantage there, but of course Drake's superpower is actually good. Hers is overpriced what it does. It really should cost 6 stars, if not 5 stars. In my opinion. Good strike there. Get a strike on the anti-air. She's made his prime tax next turn. I don't see a real usage. No! Pops at the end of turn. And here comes Tsunami. She did go for infantry, artillery, and Neo tank. I wonder if it would have been a good idea for her to save it, minimize spending this turn. to reduce the repair costs because the superpower is just going to happen, period. But now she does have double defense or double defense stars, so this is, I'm curious how this is going to go. Mech, tank. Not super great, but not bad either, to say the least. Finish off that one. Gives a good strike there. Huh, that sounded like it did a lot less damage. The extra defense star did come in handy there. Tank has no additional defense star. Doesn't take out the infantry unit there. We'll get some repairs going. Battlecopter deployed in the field. Infantry, mech, and tank. Looks like this tank's doing quite well. Both these things down to 1 health. She will have to deal with +10/+10 for Drake, but that's manageable. And her repairs did cost a bit, especially for the Neo tank. Did not take out that unit there. I'm curious how... Five to 13, so she rolled a relatively low luck roll. That should finish that one off, and that should finish that off. Good strike there. The extra 10 defense did pay dividends there. Artillery piece pushed way forward, but that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is out of range of the tank. Yeah, let's get a first strike on the medium tank, scratching its paint a little bit. A lot of neutral properties here. Neo tank, that's a dead mech. Lash is about ahead by about a turn. So Drake is falling behind. He's just going only able to keep pace at the current rate. Making a threat, another attempt at that comm tower, but this time looks to be much more capable. Gets a strike there on that Neo tank, scratching the paint a little bit more. Recon does go down. Decent amount of tanks there. And Lash right now still only has 2 comm towers. This one's still being denied. And we've got these tanks still just going around gunning down some infantry units. Finish off the 1 health unit rather than take on the 3 health. I'm a bit not sure about that. I just want to free up the movement there so we can take a strike on the city. Probably a good idea. Artillery piece takes out the anti-air. It did take out a battlecopter. Good strike there. Tank falls back to the city. Gets a good strike there. Neo tank could push down south to finish off the 4 health tank. Could probably finish that off himself and not need to support that other tank. The Neo tank is actually transitioning over here, maybe trying to get to this factory and knock it out. And this comm tower will go in favor of Drake, so he will have a plus 20% firepower advantage compared to Lash. And plus 30% allows him to break through walls much more easier. Battlecopter, infantry, tank, and something else. Good strikes there. Infantry pushes down south. Tank and tank violence finishes that one off. A sizable hit there. Lash still ahead by 4,000. Stray Cat sort of equalized a little bit there. Let's see, she almost went for Prime Tactics. Don't know if that'll be useful. The mech's been taken out, or the Neotank's been taken out with mechs, which is okay. Mechs are expensive, but not exactly the best thing for your Neotank to engage. Flash now or Trex now pull out his own Neotank. Artillery piece there to lock down the factory. That's actually quite important. The medium tank could push forward. Neotank is in range of the artillery piece. Prime Tactics now available. Medium tank falls back, so this artillery piece may be used bait. Stays out of range of his opponent's medium tank. So I think if Neo Tank pushes forward, the medium tank will counterattack. Perhaps on the city as well, greatly improve his firepower. So yeah, I think this is a bait for the Neo Tank. Battlecopter will also be ready to provide some fire support.